Pretty little clues. Pretty little clues. Pretty little clues. Come on in, kick off your shoes. There's trouble hiding in the news. A missing name, a broken chain. Nothing around here feels the same. Coffee's hot, the board's lit up. Red string tangle, we're out of luck. A small town secret, a midnight call. One tiny clue could crack it all. Got our eyes on every lie. Reading shadows, reading signs. No backing down, no second guess. We're getting closer with every step. Pretty mysterious, pretty loud. Running through the smoking crowd. Pretty reckless, breaking through. We're chasing pretty little clues. Pretty twisted, pretty wild. Every suspect's got a smile. Turn the page, uncover the truth. Welcome to Pretty Little Clues. Old headlines fading into gray, but the secrets never fade away. What's been buried? What's been lost? Every answer comes with a cost. Every timeline, every lead, every promise, every deed. One wrong move, one hidden face could blow apart the whole damn case. Heartbeats racing, lights flash red, following the threads instead. No turning back, we've got a fuse, and we're lighting it with glow. Pretty mysterious, pretty loud. Running through the smoking crowd. Pretty reckless, breaking through. We're chasing pretty little clues. Pretty twisted, pretty wild. Every suspect's got a smile. Turn the page, uncover the truth. Welcome to Pretty Little Clues. Turn it up, hear the sirens sing. Everybody's hiding something. Locked up secrets, stolen nights. We're bringing every ghost to life. From the back roads to city lights, we're chasing shadows through the night. One more question, one more move. Everything starts with a clue. Pretty dangerous, pretty bold. Every secret wants control. Pretty haunting, coming through. We're chasing pretty little clues. Pretty fearless, breaking rules. Digging deeper than we're supposed to. If you're curious, join the crew. Welcome to Pretty Little Clues. Pretty loud, pretty wild, pretty mysterious, pretty little clues, pretty little clues, hey, pretty little clues.
Hey guys, hey. Say hi to everybody. I wanted to get on here and just say hi to everyone before I went over there and began the stream with Seth. So, hello everyone. Hey Melly, you made it. Miss Patricia, nice to see you. Hey Nikki. Thank you so much, Nikki. I appreciate you. Hey Kim, bestie. Hey Ash. Hello JJ Johnson. Hey, Seth. I'll be over there in 1 second. Hey, Jen. Good to see you. Thanks, Nikki. Hey, Jay. Hello, Chicky. Hey, Lisa B. Alright, I almost made it to the bottom. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I don't think that I did, but Millie, you made it back. Hey, Nanette. It's good to see you. How is everyone's Friday going? Jack wanted to come say hi to everyone. Jack. I think he just wants to say hi to Seth. And he will be interviewing you today. He's be your hostess with the mostest. Love you too, Nikki. Alright, guys, give me 1 second. Hey, Hotshot. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna nice. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go connect over there and be restreaming it over here from his channel. So give me 1 second, guys.
I still hear your voice on the midnight breeze, like a whisper carried through the autumn trees. Sebastian Wayne Drake, my pride, my boy, my firstborn child, my heart, my joy.
It's been 8 long months since you've been gone, and I'm still out here holding on.
I bow my head and I pray each night, Lord, bring him home, show me a light. Oh Lord, if you're listening, please guide him to me. Wherever he's lost, set his soul
till the day I see his hand in mine.
Even in heartache, my love will remain forever and always through joy and pain.
The seasons change, but my heart stands still. This house is quiet, but I love him still. I look down the road and call out his name. God help me hold on through this lonesome pain.
If you can hear me, I need your grace. Help me find my voice, show me the way. I'll carry this love through the wind and rain.
Lord, help me believe
We'll meet again. Oh Lord, if you're listening, please guide him to me. Wherever he's lost, set his soul free.
I'll wait by the porch, neath the moon and the pine, till the day I see his hand in mine.
Even in heartache, my love will remain forever and always through joy and pain. If the stars could carry
My words tonight, they tell him I love him and hold on tight.
Sebastian, Wayne, Drake, my sweet little son, I'll search till I find you. Our journey's not done. Oh Lord, if you're listening, please guide him to me. Wherever he's lost, set his soul free.
I'll wait by the porch, neath the moon and the pine, till the day I see his hand in mine.
Even in heartache, my love will remain forever and always through joy and pain.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. No, my son has not been found yet. Sebastian is currently 17 and still missing. That picture that was my thumbnail, that was taken at the IHOP here in Clarksville about a year and a half before he went missing. Doing some questions and answers today. If you don't mind, everybody taking a moment of silence for those that we have lost in this while, in the last 2.5 years, those that are missing. Today we have Miss Justine up on the panel again.
Hello. Good to see everybody. Thank you for having me back.
Thank you for coming back. I know that we didn't get through those questions.
Not even close. How's your week?
There's a people that we have in chat. Hello, everybody. Chat's moving so fast.
Yeah. See a lot of familiar faces. Got a few over by me that are watching as well. But hello, everybody. I'm Justine. Pretty Little Clues for anybody that wasn't here last time and come to know Seth and became acquainted in the YouTube arena, and glad to call him my friend and happy to be here. So thank you again. Want me to get started or you want a minute?
I mean, answering questions is the easy part. It's the tracking down the tips and pulling information. You know, there's a lot that questions are the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Sonia. Hey, Mama Marissa. Hey, Bo.
Oh, hey, Sonia.
YouTuber. There's a lot of people in here. Melanie, SI officer. But yeah, you can whenever you like.
All right. Well, feel free to interject if you see any in the chat that stick out to you. Otherwise, I'm just going to go back to our list that we had last time. All right. So Tessa Tossa asks, did they check the digital logs of her keypad door lock? Is it true that KP was supposedly enrolled in classes at that time?
I don't know anything about what was going on in their life. I mean, they didn't tell me what was going on in my son's life. Everything I know about what was going on, everybody else knows because it was information that was given freely off of YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, I know it was seems like a tumultuous relationship and still is, which is unfortunate because it really should just be about bringing him home and getting answers for all of you. So I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. Smooshy 2285 says, was KP or CP phone moving during the 3-hour call?
I wouldn't know how to answer that question either. That would be something you'd have to, if Sumner County ever held a press conference, you would ask them.
When is the last time that they had one?
They've only had one, and it was in August.
That's unreal.
No, April. I think it was April of 2024.
So 2 months after he went missing.
This is 2026.
Yeah.
Sumner County's down with the, don't talk about Sebastian. Don't, they don't care about my son. If they did, they'd have more people on it, more detectives, more than, one detective on the case part-time. They didn't care about my son before this happened. Because if they did, they would have called me.
When is the last time you had any sort of communication from Sumner? Obviously, I know probably not recently, given the suit and everything, but when is the last time you had any sort of communication?
Over 18 months. So it's been over a year and a half. Over 18 months,
So the last time you talked to them, was it regarding any sort of information that they had, or was it an update, or was it just we have nothing?
I sent emails out to the DA, to the sheriff, to the detective on the case, to a couple state representatives, to a couple, and I got a response saying, obviously, we need to have a meeting. And I was like, I'll let you know when I'm back in Tennessee, because I was working on something then too. And I came back and let them know, and they never set up an appointment and stopped communicating.
It's really, I mean, it's just tragic, especially their lack of communication. I mean, we've seen it unfortunately throughout Tennessee. We've
Sumner
seen it
County is
in,
doing the same thing that Chris and Katie did to me. They don't communicate. I have seen where Chris and Katie, last Friday were at the casino. Good for them.
and the DA never got back to you either.
The old DA nor the new one has reached out to me. Last conversation that I had with DA Whitley, I was like, "What are you going to do?" And he was like, "Well, if Sumner County doesn't bring me anything, there's nothing I can do." And he was kind of, he acted confused on the phone on why I would even reach out to him. And I was like, "What are you going to do about my son missing?" Nothing. The fact is that, I mean, had meetings with the DA before all this stuff and the DA's assistant, and they still didn't let me know that they had DCS calls and meetings and all that sort of stuff. None of them did. I found out all that information after I got, the DCS reports. And it's like, how am I supposed to trust these people?
So, and clearly you were ruled out as any sort of suspect very early on in your very formal interview in a room in the garage or wherever that was. So, is there any specific reason that you think that they were keeping you, especially, law enforcement, who should be a neutral third party in Sebastian's best interest? Do you think there's any specific reason why they would leave you out of these communications?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if it's something that was told to them by Sebastian's mother or stepfather, or, you know, whatever, or whoever, or by whoever, you know. I'm an outsider, not only from Tennessee, because I just moved here in 2020, but I'm an outsider from Sumner County too. Even though I'm a deputy sheriff for Davidson County, it doesn't matter. I'm still an outsider. And I've voiced my opinion. I'm all about people having their rights. You know, I took an oath to the Constitution. It's my oath to uphold the Constitution for everybody,
Yeah.
except for those that accidentally fall into a wood chipper.
Um, all right, let's see. All right. So SI officer says, was there any fresh construction in any room? Did the carpet look different, or were you not ever really inside?
I was inside for 3 days, but I did not spend a lot of time in there. I love it. I mean, my son was missing. I'm driving around everywhere looking for I don't, again, at that point in time, I didn't know about DCS reports. I didn't know about all of this stuff. So don't have access to any video cameras. Nobody's giving me much of any information. So I didn't stay at the house for long periods of time. I just swung by through the house to let them know that I was still in the area. I spent a lot of time at at the fire station where they were doing all of their, Saratoga, and they had the screens up and all that sort of stuff. Because I was trying to get information and go search.
And I mean, I don't want to get this wrong, but you did say that when he first went missing, that Katie had driven around the neighborhood with her window up.
Supposedly, there's been video footage of her driving around the neighborhood with the window up. I don't know if that was her that morning or if she was reenacting for America's Most Wanted. I don't know. I do know what I was told. And the only thing I was told was the video where she drove through the school parking lot. Windows were up. She wasn't looking left or right. She was looking straight as she drove through and out. She didn't go back behind the school. She didn't drive around the whole school. She literally pulled in to the front parking lot and then pulled back out and wasn't looking anywhere.
Interesting.
I was told by Detective Carter that the reason she wasn't looking anywhere is she was told to go back home. But you're already there. If you're truly looking for somebody that's missing, what's an extra 2 minutes to drive around the school?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't been in your position. I haven't been in hers, so it's difficult for me to say what I would or wouldn't do. But my priority, I believe, would be finding my son at any cost. So if someone said come home, I'm going to just take the long way around, so to speak, to see if he's in the vicinity. I mean, personally, in my opinion, that's what I would do. It's interesting. Snooky said, Seth, who verified that the glasses that were found weren't Sebastian's, and did you get to look at them yourself?
I did see them, because I'm the one that the person that found them. I made them bag them and then bring them to our where we were at, and I had flagged down a Sumner County sheriff and made him wait until they got there, and then he bagged and tagged them. And I don't remember that officer's name, but he was just a patrol officer over there that day. And Detective Carter is the one I called up. I said, "Hey, what's the results on the glasses?" And he was like, "What do you mean? What are the results?" And I'm like, "Well, are they his prescription or what?" And he he told me that his language and what he said to me told me that they had never done it. So more than likely, they just turned around and asked his mother.
So after they were found, you haven't seen them after that, after they were bagged and all right. Rosebud said, Seth, will the discovery reveal more of the notes from the therapist and Sebastian's meetings?
I have all of those.
You have all the notes from the therapist?
Yeah.
Anything that you want to say that stands out to you or move on?
Nope.
All right. Blue Angel says, Seth, can you explain when and how Sebastian's mom and him connected with cousin or niece that afternoon? Can you clarify those details? Confused on that one.
I can't clarify anything for what they did because, again, the only thing that I know of is what they've said on YouTube channels. I mean, when I got there, she showed the picture on her phone in my face. Look, see, he was having a good day, and that was a picture that was supposedly taken the day before, and that was pretty much the end of the conversation between me and her.
Understood. All right, I think I know where some of those. Okay, so the real me, hey, the real me, Seth, isn't it true that Sebastian went to bed whenever he wanted at Chris and Katie's, and at the same time, she says he did?
Sebastian didn't have a schedule at that house.
So with Sebastian having autism, I know that routine and schedule is very important for those on the spectrum. So was it difficult? Did you notice that it was more difficult transitioning him back to your house after he had been over by her? I don't know what the schedule was
Not
between you guys.
really. I mean, once he came here, he already knew what the routine was because the routine doesn't change. The only thing that changes if you're here or if you're not here.
Okay. And he had a schedule by your house.
Yeah, for the most part. But a lot of times, he had a schedule when he had school.
Right.
But during the summer, schedule is, hey, I want to see you during the day when I'm up. You're going to
Yeah.
stay up all night playing video games on your Switch or watching movies or whatnot. I'm going to be up with him anyways. But, still got to get up during the day and do something. Can't be up all night and sleep all day. I mean,
I hear that.
that's my work schedule. When you work nights, that's on my days off. I like to see the sun more than watch it go to sleep.
Yeah. It's going to be a rough
Night
transition
shift.
back into school, but
Night
yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? Sorry.
No, I said night shift. Working night shift. It's a different breed working night shift.
Yes, I worked nights for a while, and I think I lived off of caffeine and nicotine. Sorry, but true.
Oh no, I understand. This is water. That's coffee. That's a cigarette.
Yeah. You still work nights?
You want?
Do you still work nights?
Right now, I work. I work a missing child.
Okay. So did you work third shift until you left?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult, but it's odd how quickly you can kind of get used to it and then almost run off of no sleep sometimes, honestly.
It's all about your circadian rhythm. But I was working night shifts way before Sebastian was born. So before he was born, I was a concrete technician, so I could be out on the port for 18 hours.
Mhm.
Construction.
Um, all right. So Valley Gal 85 says may have been addressed, but were you made aware when CP was no longer living at the house?
I wasn't made aware of anything. Anything that was going on in that house, I was not made aware of.
I'm just trying to avoid anything that kind of sounds the same.
Oh no, you can ask the questions because I mean I couldn't tell you what they are, but I'll tell
Okay.
you. I mean I'll answer them. I know there's probably a lot of repeat questions, and there's some questions that I can't answer, and there's some questions I won't answer. But
Right.
you can ask the question, and then I can let you.
All right.
Oh
Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead, ask the question. I do need to refill my coffee cup.
All right. Let's do this one and then take a fiver or whatever you need. Emma Lau, Emmy Lou 262 says, have you ever reached out or spoke to any of the ex-girlfriends or ex-spouses to get a little insight more on CP's behavior and what he could be capable of.
I have, but that was conversations that, you know, it was conversation between me and them. And out of respect to them, you know, did I find some insight, some answers? Yeah, but doesn't help me finding Sebastian. And it already tells us everything that, I mean, it's not like we don't know what kind of person he is now. You know, the fact is that he may not have been that person back then, but we know the kind of person he is now.
I haven't had any interaction with that side at all. Don't really care to be honest. So I
No,
won't know. I don't know, but I can assume.
I have not had any conversation with him, and even longer than I have Sumner County.
Do you want to go get a coffee?
No, I just want to go fill my coffee cup. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey guys, coming over here to say hi, everybody.
Oh.
I hope you guys are doing okay over here. Trying to do my best to keep an eye out, but I also have his chat over there. He doesn't have where we can dual stream, unfortunately. So, doing my best, you guys. Bear with me. Love you all. Thank you for being here. Hey, Major. Major Rumor Jammer. Hey, Nick. Hi, I'm so glad to see you. Is your dad in here somewhere then, too? Oh, yeah. Hey, Wayne.
I'm back. Sorry, everybody. My apologies.
You're all good. I think everyone understands. I'd hope anyway. All right. So Mr. Rooster, hi, Mr. Rooster, said, are there any ties still in California? If so, do you know if it's northern or southern?
I do know that they still have ties in California, and I would say most of it's south because it'd be people that were, you know, in the military with him. You know, I mean, it's like when she wanted a divorce. Well, I'm not going to be in her life anymore. So I literally didn't ask things like that because the only thing I cared about was my son. You know, her being with me was what, you know, that's a mutual thing. I mean, it's marriage. She didn't want to be married to me. Okay. Still going to be, you know, with Sebastian. He's my son. He needs his dad in his life. I thought he needed his mother too. I need him in my life. And it's evident that some people don't want their kids in their
difficult.
I know it's a harsh thing to say, but actions speak louder than words.
That they do. They definitely do. Lisa C says, could that doctor be subpoenaed? Doesn't say what doctor, but could it be subpoenaed? Could he be subpoenaed? She.
What my Sebastian's doctor is mental. Whatever the attorney does, that's the attorney's wheelhouse, not mine. Whatever he wants to do, you know, the fate of this case and everything, that's his wheelhouse. I'm not going to tell him how to do his job.
Sally said, why didn't he have his phone that night with him at Texas Roadhouse? We could all see that Katie had hers.
I don't know why he didn't have his phone. I find it weird. I mean, he would take his phone when he was with me. Whether he took it inside the restaurant or not, that, you know, completely up to him.
So that being said, where was the last location of his phone? Was it back at their house?
Yeah. Plugged in on the bar in the kitchen. Rosebud, I've got somebody that'll go through this live and they will pull out all the questions, just like they did for the last live. But this is the second live. We're still doing questions. That 3 hours and 20 minutes that just killed me. Not talking about my son, but just being on panel. Some people don't understand how draining it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's draining even obviously not even being in your situation, but it
Well,
takes
it
a lot
also
out of you, I
depends
can
on the
imagine.
subject. I mean, if you're having a conversation about, you know, a happy subject, you know, it's not as draining. But when just here to try to keep Sebastian's name out there, keep his flyer out there, you know, just want my boy home. I want to find him and bring him home, and protect him and keep him safe and find out what happened, and then, you know, make sure that justice happens.
All right. So, see Legal Canada. Why did Chris have all the power? Who does he think he is? Why is SCSO so keen not to solve this? You told me to read them. I gotta read
Well,
them.
no, I was listening to you, but I was looking at chat too.
Oh, okay.
You
Well, if you
know,
need to address something, go for it.
say that again.
Yeah. So, see, Legal Canada says, why does Chris have all the power? Who does he think he is? Why is SCSO so keen not to solve this?
I have no idea. Maybe he thinks he's He-Man. I have the power. If I don't wear pants, then I'm not Chrissy Pissy Pants. Oh, did I say that on live? I mean, I
Oh
did see
boy.
the picture of him at the casino, and I mean, he looks like he's been handed a life sentence. I just don't feel sorry for him.
How long ago was that?
I guess that was last Friday.
Really?
Yeah, while I was doing my live, somebody observed them at casino.
Understood.
They took a
Interesting.
picture of him.
Looking a little worse for the wear, in your opinion? Sorry.
For what?
I mean, I don't know the guy, but Yeah. Anyway. All right. So Kiki 2025 True Crime said, was there any higher ups like that's rumored at the KP home the day Sebastian went missing, meaning higher up than sheriff, allegedly? So was there anyone higher than the
Don't believe
sheriff
the
there?
sheriff was there, and I don't know everybody in Sumner County. I don't know who, I met one of their commissioners. He's been to every one of the vigils, and he's been doing his best to keep Sebastian's name out in the community as well. But as for the rest of them, I don't know who they are. And, you know, your position and title doesn't tell me your character.
Yeah. I mean, everything about this is unfortunate. I know I keep saying unfortunate. I don't know. I have a lot more words in my vocabulary, but out of respect, I will keep them to myself. All right. So Tess, oh wait, you said it already that you don't know if she was enrolled in any classes, right?
Yeah, I don't.
All right. T Legal Canada again says, why is CP allowed to write the custody order? I am lost.
He didn't. There's just more stuff coming out of his butt cheeks. I mean, his face. I don't know what the difference is.
Well, I mean, you got cheeks on your face, so technically it would be between.
Where is Mr. Rooster? I don't know where Mr. Rooster is.
I haven't seen him actually for a couple of days. Maybe he's working. I don't know. But isn't he more of a night owl anyway?
I know. I mean, I did this early. The sun's still up. All the vampires had to come out.
I know, right? The sun's still out here too.
That's why I have blackout curtains. I'm not too worried about it. It doesn't burn.
Yeah, I needed those when I was third shift back in the day. Otherwise, I couldn't sleep. It was too bright.
Well, it's like working 7 to 7. So it's like leave my house at 5:30. The sun's up. By the time I get to work, the sun's gone. And then get up. I'm leaving work at 7 if my relief is on time. So I'm getting home by 8:39. The sun has come up. So I watch the sun go to bed as I go to work, and then I watch it wake up as I'm going home to go to bed.
Sorry. Titch79 says, my main question is if Seth thinks it's possible that Sebastian has been hidden in a military facility. I have read a few cases where missing kids were found in military camps.
I don't know because I don't know because we don't know what kind of military camps or experiments or what it is that's going on. Too many people still think you can beat autism out of a child, and you know you can drill it out of a child by setting up a routine that works for them and then slowly introducing them to new stuff, which is what you should probably do with all children. Routine is good. Routine is, you know, everything down to digestion and sleep and everything else.
Uh,
Not read parenting books. And even if you do read them, it does not prepare you for being a parent.
no.
You're like, oh, okay. I'm doomed. Oh.
It is one of those jobs that you learn as you go. Literally, you could read all the
Yeah,
books
because
you
every
want.
child is different. So it doesn't matter if it's your first child or your fourth child. I mean, unless they're twins. And even then, twins can be different. One's like, yeah, I'm going to stay up. You can go to sleep. We'll just switch. You do night shift, I do day shift. We'll make sure they never sleep again. You know,
Yeah. I remember my son was like 9 months old and I was like crying and I was like, I'm never going to sleep again. Never going to sleep
Sebastian.
again.
Well, Sebastian, like the reason we knew about this chromosomal deletion is that it was just like, okay, kid's wearing me out. Like he would continue to go until he just like until the batteries died. And then he would sleep, wake up, batteries recharged, go again. And that's just the way he was. And it's first it was crawling, then it was running because he really never walked anywhere. And you know, I had him in the pool. Like I literally, I think, I think he was like a year old, and I had him in the pool. We're gonna build those leg muscles up, and so that we can start running, walking, being, you know. And he loves to run. We just take him to track and field, and he'll have a blast.
I've never heard of this person ever before in my life, but Army Vet 420 says, is DCS undermining joint custody? Advocates argue that if two parents share joint custody, a state agency keeping secret files or closing an investigation into serious risk criteria.
I don't know if I should answer that question. I mean, if you're asking my opinion is he was up for foster care, for non-custodial or foster care, and they didn't let me know. So to me, it's like, were they going to put him in foster care and never let me know? I'd like to know, what happened. I'd like to know why all of a sudden they closed these cases.
So they put him in a position where he was close to being placed in foster care. I mean, I know that they had placed him at or had categorized him as like serious or imminent danger or risk.
Title 4, which is in the filing, if you look at that, it's literally for non-custodial or foster care. It's to remove the child from the custodial parent. And then if you don't find non-custodial care for the child will be put in foster. But I I I should be the first person that they should have contacted. I don't live in that house, and it's not like they didn't have my information. Because Sebastian gave him my information. Sebastian told him that the only place he feels safe at is at my house. And yet they did not bother to do their job, call me, tell me what's going on. Yeah, I'll be there. Have the sheriffs there. I'll be there to pick up my son. So not only was that done, but at the same point in time, Sumner County was involved with that. So they chose to also keep me out.
Was there ever any legitimate reason, in your opinion, that they gave you as to why you were never notified about them? Or was
They
it
never
just the
answered that question.
jurisdiction?
They've
Never
never
answered.
answered that question.
Well, something tells me they're gonna have to pretty soon. Um, all
We
right.
can,
Sorry,
we
go
can
ahead.
pray. We can pray. I mean, just pray. Pray that pray that I get my day in court.
All right. All that is unseen said, do newer cars know if people are sitting in the passenger seat? Was KP car ever searched or data collected, telematics or whatever it's called?
I know what I was told by the detective. The detective said they took dogs into the vehicles. They didn't take dogs into my vehicle.
And nothing came from that.
They didn't do any forensics except for the 3D scan of their house.
Yeah, and you said that was because of to see make sure there wasn't any construction or false walls or anything like that.
Correct.
And I'm assuming they didn't find anything that you're aware of.
I mean, my personal opinion is if they did it as well as they did the initial, procedures for, you know, a missing child, I wouldn't put a dime on it in a bet.
So is that something that Sumner County brought in? Like they actually have like a team that does that, or was that a third party
I
like
don't know.
contracted? You don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
Sammy G has questions, is the name. Can he say anything about the very young pictures KP put out? Can't remember if he did. Okay, if not, obviously.
I don't know what pictures Katie put out. Some of those pictures that I've seen floating around the internet, I don't even have. As for some of the baby pictures, those I put those in.
Yeah, I was obviously when I made my thumbnail, I was looking through some pictures and made me smile just seeing how happy he looked.
He
So
was a very happy baby. I mean, he would just sit there and laugh as a baby. As soon as you could set up and he would just sit there and laugh. I mean, I remember at one point in time, gave him an empty 2 liter and he just sat there and bounced it off the ground, making noise and just laughed the whole time. I mean, probably for like 45, 50 minutes. He just sat there and was doing it and just laughing. And me and Katie were right next to him, just laughing with him.
kids will entertain themselves with the most random things. You spend all this money on toys, and I remember for a while my son would just watch other kids open these toys on YouTube. I'm like, you have that toy, but he just want to watch other kids play with it. It's the strangest
Right. I
thing.
mean, kids are kids. They'll entertain themselves or they'll go find something that will.
Yeah, they sure will. All right. So, SI officer again says, was there any repairs happening at the house that you noticed? Did you see the attic office room above the garage? Who was all there that morning in the home? You want me to break it apart? There were a lot of questions there.
There was a lot of questions there. Yes, there was.
Any repairs happening that you noticed?
Not that I know of.
Did you see the attic office room?
I was up there in the attic. Well, not in the attic, but the room above the garage, which is the access for the attic. And I watched two officers go in there and look around twice. And there was a lot of people there, and I don't feel like going over who all was there. I've done
And then the other one was, did you see the room above the garage? But you said, right, that that's where you were officially questioned in front of everybody.
Yeah,
Okay. And nothing of note that really stuck out to you in that home?
not there. I mean, I'd never been in the room before. I mean, I try not to go in their house. You ever walk into somebody's house, like your ex's house, and it's just like, I'd rather be in my truck with my son leaving because I don't even want to be in here.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's just a weird feeling, like, I feel like I don't belong here. So, yeah, it's gotta be uncomfortable.
No, No worries, SI officer. I mean, all these questions have probably been asked to me 10 or 15 times before.
Our friend, Army Vet, asked without
Okay.
Army Vet. Have you seen him? I haven't seen him in the chat.
Oh, I
He's
saw him in
always
his live
lingering.
earlier, and I asked for the mods to block him in here.
All right, that's it. Over at my channel, mods, you see AV, get him out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You know, time him out for like 10 seconds. Doing it. It's so short, he'll never realize it. You know, harass him.
Oh, AV. Just one comment and then a 30-second timeout and then one comment. No, okay. Sorry. But anyway,
5 minute
AV.
5 minute after one comment, 5 minutes. Okay.
Right. Okay. So he asks without telling the other parent effectively nullifies that parent's legal ability to protect their child. True? In your opinion?
Say that again.
I think he's basically saying that if KP didn't tell you or CP didn't tell you what was going on, it is nullifying your ability to protect your child.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
believe
that's all you get. I'm just
I
kidding.
think that would fall under like parental alienation.
Very true. So I'm not sure how it was in your paperwork. I know in my paperwork with the custody and everything, and you had joint legal custody, correct?
Joint legal and physical.
So with you having joint, you would have, I mean, here, I would say, you have to agree or they have to let you know if they're moving a certain distance away.
They're supposed to
So
let me know if they move, if they change addresses. I'm supposed to be notified about doctor's appointments. I'm supposed to be notified about everything.
so when they moved to California, did they make you aware? I mean, what is the notice period on that? I mean, how did that
I
all go
mean,
down?
when she left California,
When she, yes, sorry.
I mean, she asked me, and I was like, yes, please get my son out of California. I mean, it was, it was, it was COVID. I mean, I did private security. I was listening to, I mean, the day that I left, somebody had attacked somebody with a compound bow and stuck him with an arrow. I mean, stuff was getting really, really bad.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all want to forget that time in our lives. Like it
I
didn't
mean,
exist.
I never got it, and other people did, so I got overtime hours. I mean, one person's misfortune, another person's bigger paycheck. But I mean, when I even got here, it was the same thing because we were still dealing with COVID, and you know, people would get sick. So I was pulling 16-hour shifts for, you know, Allied. You know, it didn't bother me. It's the hour and 15-minute travel time to Nashville, there and back. So 16, then travel time. You don't get a lot of sleep. But paychecks were nice.
I bet.
I was able
Tessa.
to
Sorry, go
buy
ahead.
a bunch of stuff for Sebastian. You
Mhm.
know, when it
Yeah.
came down to it, I was working my butt off. So when I was getting a paycheck and it's like, well, all my bills are paid from one paycheck for a week. And the rest of it's like, Sebastian wants this card for his deck. He wants that. He wants this. Okay. Bought him a Switch because his mom was complaining that she didn't want him to be bringing his Switch up here. Didn't want him to take the switch on road trips when we went to go see my mom and dad. And I was like, okay, well, fine. Let me go buy him his own for my house.
Did he stay home a lot while KP and CP worked from Tessa Tassa?
He got off of school at 3 o'clock, and there was times that she didn't come home until after 7 or 8. And Chris wasn't there because Chris was gone working. So yeah, he stayed at the house a lot by himself.
Ash Mangy said, did you notice a large dent in the garage door?
Yeah, that was there way before Sebastian went missing. That was because a particular person doesn't know how to drive.
Sorry. Allison Malsack said, has anyone else searched Paris Landing? Your ex had to drive it to Highway 79 to get Jackson and then to Memphis, question mark.
Paris Landing, is that what they said? I've been through Paris. Been through Memphis. I've been to Dover. I mean, I've been everywhere from here to the border.
All right, Tessa Tassa again. Did the neighbor behind KP ever supply any footage?
Say that again.
Did the neighbor behind KP ever supply any footage?
No idea. Right, peace, love, Jeeps. La di da di da di da.
I'm just gonna leave this right here.
For those in the back, in case you missed it.
Funny. Hunter's mom. I don't know if this has been asked, but are you 100% sure that he made it into the house that night with Katie?
I don't know if he made it into the house or not. When I asked for proof of life, which really upset, Mr. CP, I was shown Texas Roadhouse. Just in case somebody missed it.
Justice for NOG said, did LE investigate bus drivers and school support services staff?
Supposedly, SESO questioned everybody in the school, from the principal down to classmates.
Miss Kelsey, was he allowed to go to others' houses?
Not that I know of. When he was with me, he would go to he would every once in a while he would go over there. Whenever my neighbor, whenever his nieces and nephews would show up, he'd go over there to go play. He loved their dog, so he would go over there and just sit on the ground and just love the dog. It's like, Sebastian wouldn't sit on the ground. You know that the dog poops over here, right? Oh, that's nasty. Well, you're the one sitting in it. Yeah, I mean, This right here, I want to correct some information, Pebbles. Um, this phone number with option 6 is actually the number to contact the FBI if you have corruption within your city or county.
Sorry. Crime Time Grime says, "What are the next steps to finding Sebastian,
It's
in your
it's
opinion?"
it's fine, Pebbles. Don't worry about it. I just figured I'd let you know that number still needs to be passed out because, you know, if we don't report corruption in our communities, then we're not servicing our community, and it's everybody that lives in the community to service their community. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're okay. Crime Time Grime said, "What are the next steps to find Sebastian?"
We still keep handing out flyers. We still keep his picture out there. You know, I don't know what I'm going to get from these filings. So until then, it's, you know, and just got to keep sharing his picture, got to keep sharing his flyer, got to keep sharing his name. I have to keep it out there, you know. Like Smokey said, only you can prevent forest fires. Well, anybody seeing his flyer could be the next person to see Sebastian. And that could be the tip, the phone call, you know. I've been posting in here the missing kids. If you are not wanting to speak with law enforcement, then you can always call. That's the link to the poster for the missing kids. You can always reach out to them and submit a tip. I am so glad, Gina. At least they left Sebastian sign up. Thank you, Rusty Pipes. Don't fear a soul. Yes, I did. Same day that they were all found, Sebastian wasn't in there. I was hoping. They found 30 kids in Memphis, and I was on the phone immediately because, you know, and then I found out later on that day that Sebastian wasn't in there. So
Someone asked if I was going to sneeze. No, I'm not going to sneeze. Tessa said, "Did Ellie investigate digital logs from the keypad lock?"
I have no idea. I know that there's a video around here where somebody said that they had a conversation with them and stated that they were going to want access to the keypad and everything else. And that was the last time they ever talked to the Proudfoots. Just so people know, yes, when there's missing children found, it's the first thing I do. I contact my list, my FBI liaison, and it's like, hey, was Sebastian in there? I do a lot of phone calls to when they find bodies and stuff like that. I'm I can't expect Sumner County to do it because they don't. So I do it. I call up and I talk to the detective over the case, and you know, and let them be aware that you know Sebastian, he would be 17. Make sure that they know what the flyer is, and and normally they'll tell me information that lets me know that it's not a possibility. There's been a few, and you know I'm not allowed to discuss what they say because obviously they shouldn't be telling me some of the stuff they do if it's not Sebastian. But they do help because I'm just looking for my son, and they know that.
I'm gonna go get a tissue. I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna get it together. Thanks. I just obviously I've told you this before, but anyone that doesn't know, I have a teenage son as well, and he looks a lot like Sebastian, so it's a little bit different, you know. All right, getting back to the questions. Thank you for bearing with me. Appreciate it. Girl Mom 2 says, I have a question for Detective Carter. I know Seth won't be able to answer, but hopefully he will see this. Why can't you take phone calls on tips, or is that because you aren't on the case anymore?
That's because he's only on the case part time. It's not a priority. I mean, they've showed me that there's no, after the initial 8 days, I haven't seen any urgency. I've seen no awareness to the people about my son from that department. Yeah, I know, Gina.
Hmm. Sorry, I wanted to read what you were talking about.
No, there was a 15-year-old female. Um, she was supposedly hit by a car and killed in Sumner County, and nobody's talking about it.
I think I heard someone talking about that earlier, to be honest. I'm not sure if it was the same one or not.
I'm looking for it so I can put it back up right here. Kinsley Carter.
I'll take note. I'll have to look into it, but seems to be quite a theme with them.
Oh yeah, if you're not voting age, they don't care about you. And if you are voting age, they only care about you long enough to show up and write your check mark, and then people shouldn't. I mean, if you're going to be in an elected position, why are you treating your constituents like that? I mean, you can't make everybody happy, but when you got a lot of people who like information, you should be doing something. My son deserves that. My son deserves the best that sheriff could possibly put out. And instead, you know, he's he's judging, cheerleader practice or whatever, which I would, if I had a daughter and she was to be there, I would tell her, you're not going. I'd put my foot down. I don't want you anywhere near that man. That man does not care if you live, die, or what happens to you, in my opinion, just by what he has shown for my son in the comments and things that he has posted. And, you know, he doesn't care. He does not care about anybody who is essayed, sexually assaulted. I'll say it, you know.
So, yeah, I mean, like I said it when I read the filing, it was that I think was one of the most shocking things, if not just the fact that they left you out of everything that happened after that. So I can't imagine, but I I also can't imagine adults that wouldn't speak out to help helpless children that have been through something like that, and
I
at least
mean,
allow them the
how about
resources.
this? How about not even looking at children, looking at, you know, adults that have been essayed, both male and female, and you have that comment, like, you know, that's that's just disgusting. It's it's subhuman behavior. Like, I got the fatigue whenever I hear his name. To me, he's an insult to the badge.
Yeah, unimaginable. Um, did let's see, Hush Pup. Hush Pup says, did they ever have parties for Sebastian's birthday that you attended?
Say that again.
Did they ever have parties for Sebastian's birthday that you attended?
Not here in Tennessee. Did have a birthday party in California. It was like a jump around place, and I showed up. You know,
Hmm.
when Sebastian shows up, he's going to get the biggest party.
Yeah, you said you have a bunch of presents in his room.
He does. He's got some birthday presents and Christmas presents all over his bed.
Um, all right. Penny Nash Lombardi says, have they called KMP back in for questioning because of more evidence from different stuff and Texas Roadhouse?
Did you say did they?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they did.
Yeah, they've kind of kept you out of that and any sort of update, right?
Yeah.
Blue Angel 824 says, do you think we need to start searching like no search has been done?
Where do you where do you search? Been over 2.5 years. I get tips. I go search them. That's why passing out the flyer and, you know, call the FBI. If you have a tip, call National Missing. You know, you can send me an email. But if you see Sebastian or somebody that looks like Sebastian, call his name. And if he turns around and says yes, and he looks like my son, obviously call 911. You know, don't call the FBI. Don't call Sumner County. You know, don't call TBI. If you see my son and he answers to his name and turns around, call 911.
Any new tips since we talked last? Since we did this last?
Say that again.
I said any. Is this just quiet? Should I turn it up? Is it quiet? Have you heard or any more tips in the past couple of weeks since we talked last?
Yeah, I mean, we get tips in. I had a tip. Somebody, you know, pretty much emailed somebody else and like 3 minutes of research and it was a black gentleman. Definitely not Sebastian. That's just one that was, emailed to me. But I check. I haven't checked this week. But I also know that we're working on other tips that will come in. You know, we do what we can. We get everything together and send it to the FBI. But again, the only people that will talk with like National Missing and Exploited Children, they'll only talk to me. They won't talk to my PI. They'll talk to the FBI. And it's like I'd gotten tips and had to turn around and let the FBI agent know because they have a new case manager over Sebastian's case at National Missing and Exploited Children Center. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like trying first of all to keep it together, obviously. But another part of me just is internally so, for lack of a better word, pissed off for you. The fact that you have gotten no answers and no communication. Again, they're supposed to serve and protect. There is no serving, there's no protecting, and there's no communication. They're not doing their jobs. I don't understand. I can't imagine how you feel because it's not my son and yeah, okay. Pause.
I understand. I mean, I understand that people are upset. I mean, you can't begin to understand the frustration that I deal with. There's a reason why there's rules, procedures, and policies, and there's a reason why you're supposed to follow them. Sorry, I'm tapping on the desk because I mean, it just.
Unreal. All right. So Penny, wait. Nope, I read that one. Tessa Tossa says, was it normal for them to have a full weekend of activities and eating out?
I guess I don't normally bother them on their weekend, you know. To me, it was keeping the distance between me and her. The only thing that connects her to me is Sebastian, and vice versa. I mean, Sebastian didn't tell me much about what was going on in the house, and I didn't care enough to ask because obviously I thought everything was going okay, fine. School's not contacting me, CPS isn't contacting me, and Sebastian isn't telling me anything that's going on in the house. And, when I bring it in my house, obviously it's different. he was allowed to live here.
Yeah. All right. So Titch79 says, has anyone reached out to you that previously ignored you after the filings became public, or do you feel that there is any real involvement?
Don't know. Since the filings, I mean, we haven't heard anything from anybody. You know, I speak about the filings because I could talk about the filings. You know, I can't talk about anything else. Talk about Sebastian, talk about my memories, the fact that I want to make more. Then right now, it's just gotta find him. I want to hear him tell me, "I'm hungry, Dad," and I'm be like, okay, well, what do you want, son?" You know, I don't know. Well, I don't know doesn't fit too much, but I can put it in a bowl for you. You know,
Yeah. I mean, it's little things like that that, us as parents need to realize that, you know, hug your babies tighter,
spend
think
time.
about things like this. Yeah. That you're going to
Won't always
miss.
be your babies because they'll grow up and they'll want to leave the nest, but you should love and protect your children.
It's those things that we take for granted, right? All right. So let's see. Alicia said, do you recognize any vehicles from the parking lot of Texas Roadhouse?
Didn't see a lot of the vehicles, and no. I mean, I was only in Sumner County to pick up my son, and then I was out. I didn't want to be there. Sebastian didn't want to be there either.
Didn't look like it. Gail wants to know if there are any billboards up with Sebastian still on them.
I do not know. After at night stated that they were backing away from Sebastian's case. I don't know if they shut down all the billboards there or not. So, you know, as for getting more billboards, it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take a lot of work. It's gonna take a fundage, you know.
All right. So Valley Gal said, what time were they at the bowling alley?
Well, supposedly they're at the bowling alley before they went to Texas Roadhouse, and they were at Texas Roadhouse at what, like, they left there at 6:30 something. I don't really know the timeline, and there's no on the pictures and the video I have. It doesn't have a timestamp. But I don't go bowling every day. In fact, I very rarely go bowling, and if I do go bowling, it would be with Sebastian because he wants to go bowling. And even I know on Sundays that's league night.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really depends on what bowling alley, but the one like not far from me, because my son does bowling. The one down the road from me, yeah, I mean, it's hard to even get him to be able to pre-bowl or something if we're gonna miss a week because
Yeah.
there's there's leagues.
I mean, Sebastian liked to bowl enough. I don't know why she didn't have him involved in it in a league.
Oh, your favorite cat is hovering. Hey, Lou.
Not my favorite cat.
One of them?
A lot of cats kind of like me.
Oh, yeah, you're the cat whisperer. I forgot.
Animals like me most of the time. Unless I'm going to cook them for dinner.
Did the bowling alley where they asked for any footage or anything?
I have the footage that was there. I spoke to the owner and he gave me what little footage was.
Anything stand out to you?
Just Sebastian. Hands in his pockets, shoulders slung forward. He was not having a good day. He was not happy to be there. Yeah, you can say that's gross, Lady Freedom, but while you're eating a burger or some chicken nuggets, just remember somebody had to do it.
What's gross?
The fact, that I eat whatever
All right.
It's not like I'm scraping up, roadkill or something. But I do go hunting.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Do I?
Mm-mm. Venison. Nope. Big no. Big zero. Nope.
I said hunting. I mean, there's more than one way to do venison, anyways. I mean, you got to know how gamey it looks just from the looks of it, and then you soak it in some salt water, and it'll pull a lot of it out, and then you mix it in with some beef, and you'll never know the difference.
My dad has tried 7 ways to Sunday to try and fool me into eating venison, and I can smell it a mile away. Okay, not a mile away, then it would be really bad meat. Probably shouldn't eat that, but I can smell it when it's cooking. I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know. Too gamey. Can't do it. Deer venison, but I also don't do any other weird meat. So like at the state
What do you
fair, they
classify as weird meat?
like okay, so at the state fair they have all of it's like some wild game, like I don't know, vendor thing, and they have like kangaroo and
Never had
alligator and
that alligator.
he'll eat them. My son will eat them. No, I can't do it. But I never make a face in front of him because I don't want to deter him from eating what he wants. But I don't know how he can do it. I'm trying to ostrich. Ostrich, I think was one of them.
I tried ostrich or peacock. I've had turkey. Everybody's had turkey. I mean, for Thanksgiving. Or if you go to a Renaissance fair, there's nothing like, give me a turkey leg. Yeah.
Okay, I'll eat turkey.
All right, see?
I'll eat turkey. That's about as far as I go, right? It's gonna I don't duck. Nope.
That's as
Nope.
far as you've been.
No.
I mean,
It's
duck
weird.
is
Can't do
expensive,
it.
and they use a wine base when they do duck.
I don't know. Can't do it. I don't know. There's just something weird to me about it. I was like pork, chicken, beef, fish. It's about and turkey.
What about
I mean
bison?
turkey, but it's a bird. No. Nope.
It's better for you than beef.
That's good.
Like it
Can't do
tastes
it. Someone said this young lady never ate squirrels or marsh rats with the head on the table. No. I mean, if I was starving and I needed to eat, I suppose squirrel would have to do, but I couldn't see myself doing it.
Yeah, I've had frog legs. They're not bad either.
Nope.
Like I've had oysters, clams, scallops,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Those are wild too, just saying.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing that an oyster feels pain, but animals.
I'm sorry, but I believe that all of God's creatures feel pain,
I
except for
it cannot
starfish.
it cannot facially or verbally express any sort of pain. I don't
Clap,
think it
clap,
has a
clap,
mouth.
clap, clap. You know what that means? Clap, clap, clap. That's a little shell, and they're running away. I mean, have you ever seen Alice in Wonderland? The walrus eats them. Okay, they were all little babies, and all that sort of stuff, and then him and some hot sauce. Somebody said sea bugs are tasty.
I just think of I don't know, SpongeBob for some reason. All right, I can get off of it. Okay.
Over from the pineapple under the sea. Yeah, you're
Poor
singing
little
it in your head right now.
Yeah. I didn't mind SpongeBob. It was kind of a thing when I was growing
SpongeBob
up, it
is
was
the
around, so
Antichrist. Okay, SpongeBob is the Antichrist. That's it. Period.
okay. We better get back to it. Someone said that went off the rails. Yeah, that really got out of hand quick. I don't know.
Happens.
I mean, can't just keep hounding him with questions. Give him a breather. Give him a fiver, It's okay. All right. So Girl Mom 2 said, did Dara ever reach out to you? Katie picked up a family member from her house. She claims to have seen Sebastian that day. Did she say how he was?
Nobody in that family has spoken to me at all.
Heather Marie said, do you know what Sebastian told your mom?
Just what she has said.
Are you working to make Sebastian's law a federal or a state law from Semper's
Federal.
mom?
I want to make it a federal law because of the simple fact that it takes CPS and DCS and makes them a federal data bank. So that way people can't go from one state abusing children to another state, and that state can pull up the abuse. So that way parents can't run.
All right. So Allison Malsack again said, what magic and D&D store in Clarksville?
There are 3 of them. Most of the time we go to Frontline for D&D, and we play Magic there sometimes, but the other one that we go to is right before 101 over on Fort Campbell Boulevard. I don't remember the name of it. We go there to play Magic most of the time. I know that they opened up another one, but they opened that one up after Sebastian went missing, so I haven't been there. I'm glad that you love geese, horsey love, but I call those murder chickens. I mean, those are murder chickens. A goose will mess you up, but a goose egg, that's a nice omelet.
Geese are so freaking mean. They are so mean.
And you wouldn't eat one just to get back at it for being mean to you?
No.
Yeah, think about that answer. Look at you, you're smiling now. So
I cannot hurt an animal. I can't even watch a movie where an animal gets hurt. Okay. I can watch Nemo and but I haven't watched Bambi in forever. But Yellowstone, I don't know if you've seen it, but the first episode, the very first thing is that horse is injured or whatever, and he has to unalive the horse. I had to turn it off. I'm like, nope, can't watch it. That's as far as I got. What is it, 2 minutes into the first episode? Couldn't do it. Nope. I can't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, you couldn't grow up on a farm because, if an animal hurts itself, sometimes, there's nothing you can do about it.
Nope. I did work on a farm though. But never involved in any of that. It was like a petting zoo farm thing. I did have to clean up a lot of chicken shit, so I don't like chickens anymore either. All right. So
Rosebud says, what I refuse to ever is any kind of insect. Never.
mm,
I've had chocolate covered grasshoppers. I've had
mm,
chocolate covered ants.
mm-mm.
I've got Sebastian to eat chocolate covered grasshoppers, but he doesn't know that they were chocolate covered grasshoppers.
Oh my gosh, that's so mean.
It's
Did
not.
he like it though?
Yeah, he liked it.
Oh.
It was crunchy dark chocolate. I mean, who doesn't like crunchy dark chocolate?
Why would chocolate have a crunch? I mean, okay, if it's a crunch bar, yeah, okay, that's the purpose of it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
Mm-mm.
it's like I've made him liver and onions. And he didn't know it was liver and onions. And he ate the liver and he was like, this is really good. And I'm like, yeah, liver is good. It's got a nice, good, rich taste. Double batter it, fry it up in a cast iron skillet, throw in some potatoes, some onions, and, he ate it. And then his mother told him what it was and made a nasty, ugly face. Guess who never ate it again?
Why are we talking about food? I don't know.
I don't know.
'Cause
Why
I
are we
didn't eat
talking
dinner. I
about
don't
food?
know. I don't
What's
remember.
Sebastian's favorite food? I'm cheese.
Hey, I'm
I
from the
know I'm
dairy
an
state.
animal
We
good.
love cheese here.
Yeah. Milk chocolate's horrible for you, though.
Was he a Packer fan?
No.
Fine.
Who in their right mind's a Packer fan?
Don't start with me, Seth.
I'm sorry. Do you need to air up your ball?
We weren't part of Deflategate. That was New England. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Packers.
Oh, man. All right. So, Fagalazzi. I'm not going to say that any slower than that. If I understand correct, Sumner County gave TBI Sebastian's investigation, but not official to the FBI.
So is there a question there, or you want me to verify? Or
I guess verify. There's nothing more there.
the only thing I know is that TBI told me at the very beginning that that they're investigating it as a criminal act, I guess. I haven't heard anything. They haven't come out and done, any type of anything for my son. Does anybody remember the Holly Bobo case?
I don't know.
Yep, there was a private investigator on it. TBI raided them. There's just some things that don't make sense.
All right. Where are we?
Like I say that now, I wonder if they'll try to kick down my front door.
Let's hope not. They don't have a reason to. So, hope not.
Sometimes you don't have a First Amendment here in Tennessee, in my opinion. And sometimes you're not, it seems that you're not allowed to outdo somebody else's job.
Yeah. All right. Spirit Seeker Squad said, wasn't the house professionally cleaned shortly after, or am I thinking wrong?
I heard the rumor too, but I wouldn't know if it's true.
Be interesting to know. Tessa said, did they check their search history? Did they check the digital logs of the keypad lock? I think you already said about the keypad lock, but what about their search history?
I don't know what they did. I mean, I know that they supposedly I know that they took all of our phones. They gave all of our phones back. Other than that, I don't know what electronics or anything that they took from there. I know what they took from my house.
All right. SI officer, did you happen to notice in any of the rooms? Did you happen to notice in any of the rooms anywhere within the house? If you got to see every room, did you notice any repairs that were being worked on?
Already answered that one. I didn't see any in the except for the room above the garage and Sebastian's room, the living room, and the dining room. That's where I pretty much was.
All right. Lisa B always. Hi Lisa B if you're here. Did it smell like cleaners in the Stafford Street house?
I'm not allowed to answer that question.
All right. Semper's mom says, Seth, have you reached out to Tennessee's congregational members about Sebastian's law? I'm trying to help with this and need more info.
I've reached out to my representatives. I'm probably going to do a live on how to on that show everybody where to go so that everybody can start reaching out to help push Sebastian's law.
All right. Caitlin says, do you think that KP would really need a camera in the kitchen to see what Sebastian was consuming?
Sebastian would hide candy wrappers. He would literally take food, take candy, go to his room, eat it, and then he would just kind of hide the wrapper. So in order to stop that, they did other things. Me didn't really have that much of a problem with it here. Did have a couple issues where it's like, Sebastian, don't leave it on the floor. Put it in the trash can. Just, put it in the trash can. But it's like, if you eat the last thing or we only got one left, just let me know so that I can replace it when we go to the store. And, if he was ever hungry, he had granola bars, yogurt, carrots, celery, raisins, anything and everything that boy wanted to eat, he had here. And he did not have to ask me to eat it. As long as he ate his dinner, I didn't even care what he ate afterwards.
So do you think it was the hiding of the wrapper issue, or was it he shouldn't be eating candy?
I think it's more of a control thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was just thinking, that children that either like aren't given enough food or there's control issues around that is something that they would do, is try to hide it or stash wrappers. I mean, I think that's interesting.
I mean, I always told Sebastian, don't do it. Put it in the trash can. Because if we get ants, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Throwing, wrappers and, sugary stuff on the floor or hiding that sort of stuff just invites more bugs, and he doesn't like bugs. So you kind of, you know, all children are different, but you apply to their sense what they don't like and what will happen if they do it. You know, he doesn't like bugs. So it's like, hey, you don't like bugs, throw the trash in the trash can before we get bugs in the house.
All right. Did Lisa C, did Ellie mention anything about having audio from the neighborhood?
I have no idea. They won't. I mean, the only thing that I know that they mentioned to me is that they have a lot of footage and they have to go through it all. But we're talking about 2.5 years later, you know. How much footage you got? And if you only got one detective going through it, you know, part of the time, one set of eyes does not see everything.
Very true. Did you want? I can read your super chat if you want. Jules to Cali said, "Do you think certain people are trained to pass polygraphs?"
I don't know. I don't know if you're trained or, you know, or if you just pass it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that people can be trained to respond to stress in a particular way. I mean, it's not out of the ballpark area, you know. Dahmer passed and he ate his people.
My Milwaukee neighbor. Well, I mean, I know that there are certain substances and things that people can take, but there's a lot of different things that can affect the results, and I think that's just why they're not admissible in court too. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're not relatively accurate, but just because of there's so many countermeasures that could be taken to beat them in a way.
It's true. Yeah. You know,
All right, let's see.
I mean, I know things like I know that the stepfather did not bring his medication with him from the trailer, and I literally watched his mother call up her pharmacist and tell them to fill a prescription for him. Does not call the doctor and have the doctor write a prescription. She called her pharmacist and had her pharmacist fill the, you know, a prescription so that she could come get it immediately.
And I'm sure you're not allowed to disclose specifically what that medication might have been used for.
No, but you know, if you don't have it, you kind of wrote it out.
Interesting.
You know, somebody had to stab themselves with a needle. You know, I don't have that problem.
No, that's one problem I don't have.
Well, you don't want that problem. I
No,
mean,
I don't. Definitely don't.
I mean, your body already makes testosterone, but it just doesn't make a lot of testosterone.
So just question from my own curiosity. In your opinion, you know, you've kind of heard the stories, you've seen the interviews of them and everything that they've said, and obviously you've had interactions with law enforcement and etc. Whose story do you think going to say it's kind of a two-parter. Whose story do you think has changed or fluctuated the most,
Theirs.
in your opinion? Both of them?
Theirs.
Their
Theirs.
collective? Okay.
I mean, they're married.
All right. Understood.
Theirs.
And if anyone involved had the most information other than them, obviously, or her, who do you think would be holding back the most information? Like, who do you think has information other than those two that could provide any sort of insight, in your opinion?
His mama.
His mom.
Because, as Chris said, no, I didn't. You know, even though he was adamant that I knew where his mom was on Sunday, I did not know where his mother was any day, except for the day she came back, which was the week before Easter. And that's because they drove by where we were searching.
And so, as far as her whereabouts, then, if we're talking about his mom, shifty behavior, moving counties, moving states, anything weird there?
I have no idea. People really don't pay attention to her in the community. They should be. Because she is the head of that clan.
So, in your opinion, or in your mind, other than where's my son? Because obviously that has to be the biggest question in the forefront of your mind, and anybody that has anything to do with this case is, where's Sebastian? What other question would you ask anybody involved, and what would it be? Like, who would you ask, and what would that question be? But you can't ask where he is, because I already know that's the one that you want to ask.
I would ask them questions on why they lied. Why did they lie?
In what regard?
Why did you lie to the DCS worker? Because your name's mentioned in there. So why did you lie? Why'd you tell them that you're just a friend of the family? Why didn't you tell them that, you're Chris's uncle? Why did you lie? Other things I always be, are you proud of what you have raised? I mean, literally, are you proud? Are you proud of what you raised? You don't deserve to be around children either. And if they're watching this, they know exactly who I'm talking to. People only lie so they don't get, so they don't suffer the consequences of the truth. That's why people lie.
Everyone's got to face judgment someday.
They better hope that I'm not the one dishing it out afterwards. But I'll accept that position when I move on from this reality.
Um, yeah, sorry, that was quite eye-opening. Traveling Cash App says, did you review SF Investigates reports and what are your thoughts about the things he found?
Why would I review a joke? I mean, you watch The Simpsons because you want to watch The Simpsons, not because you want to watch Sideshow Bob. Is that too old for you? Did you not get the reference, Justin?
Yeah, nope. I'm
No.
following you. I can't
You ever
comment because
watched
I don't
The
even know who the
Simpsons?
hell that is. So,
You'd never watched The Simpsons? Oh,
no. I
geez.
mean, I've seen it, but wasn't kind of my thing. Like Family Guy. Wasn't a Simpsons girl.
So you watch Family Guy, but you don't watch The Simpsons. Wow, Family Guy is a whole lot worse than The Simpsons.
All right. Miss Kelsey says, any idea who's threatening people?
I'm not threatening anybody. Nobody I'm working with is threatening anybody.
All right. You just let me know. Obviously, cut me off whenever you're done or at your capacity. Otherwise, I'm keep going.
We're at 2 hours. And I really don't like going over an hour as it is.
Yeah.
But
No, that's totally fine.
I do appreciate everybody that shows up.
You want me to read the super chat? Because Muddy Paw sent you a $50 super chat. It says 2 questions. Is the fact that they didn't shut down the construction site in the lawsuit, and you mentioned CPKP had cameras inside the house that were not working. Is that correct?
I can only speak about the lawsuit, about what is actually filed in the lawsuit. Anything else I cannot answer or respond to. And thank you for your super chat, Muddy Paws. I appreciate it. You didn't have to, but I really do appreciate it. As for another vigil, I am wanting to. It's just getting it set up and getting permission. And I know everybody normally wants it held in Sumner County. So it's one of those things. It takes some work to find a place, and then normally have to get law enforcement to be there too. Because no matter what, it's a vigil for Sebastian, so his mother's always invited. And nobody's gonna hurt anybody during a vigil, period.
Well,
Not that they
thank
show
you.
up because they have to
Sorry, go
show
ahead.
up. I was gonna say not that they show up because they've been invited to every one of them, and they don't show up.
Are you having another one anytime soon?
His birthday's coming up. I'm gonna see about holding one on his birthday, but that's in the middle of December and it's cold, and then people complain about it. But it all depends on where we can get it held at. I've held them here. I've held them here, but he was part of that community down there. You know, I don't have a problem holding it here. It's just he didn't go missing from here. He went missing from there. So anything that we do that brings attention to Sebastian, doing it in Sumner County is Phil's the only, Phil's like the only real thing to do. I mean, I'd like to get a whole bunch of people together on his vigil and just hand out flyers. Just go out and hand out flyers to everybody who's walking on the sidewalks.
Yeah. Well, if you do that, I live in Wisconsin. It's super cold here, so I'll definitely come down for that, and I won't complain about it. I won't complain about it.
Sound like you were already complaining.
No, it's colder here. I'm more north. Probably be like t-shirt weather down there.
Well, if there's not snow on the ground, it's always shorts and t-shirts for me. Unless I'm going to work and putting on my uniform. But I'm from Kansas. So, snows, tornadoes, really hot during the summertime, really cold during the wintertime.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I will let you wrap it up with your audience, but I'll come back anytime and keep Sebastian and my thoughts and prayers, and everyone hug your kids a little bit tighter tonight and tell me you love them. And I'll talk to you soon, Seth. Bye, everyone.
Again, I appreciate everybody that came in today. If you ask questions in chat, I will have somebody go through and they will email me the questions for the next live. I do appreciate everybody. Prayers that we succeed. Prayers Sebastian is found and brought home. Just want my son found. I want to make sure he's safe. I'm going to give him a hug. I'm going to squeeze him really, really, really tight. Just let him know that I'm never going to let him go.
I still hear your voice
Hi.
on the
Hi guys.
midnight
Hello everyone.
breeze.
Hi.
Like a whisper
So thank you
carried
guys.
through
Sorry,
the
obviously I
autumn
was
trees.
over there and wanted to make sure that I was trying to give
Sebastian
you as much of my
Wayne
attention as I could.
my pride, my
saw
boy,
Wayne. Thank you so
my
much. Oh,
firstborn
Melly. Hey,
child,
boo-boo. Melly's a member.
my heart,
Yay.
my joy.
Welcome to the fam.
It's been 8
Get some sort
long
of
months
weird horn
since
or
you've been
noise
gone,
or something like that. But
and I'm still
here we go.
out here holding on.
I bow my head
For that. Oh gosh, you don't need to see that whole face. Make me smaller. Alright, apparently I can't be smaller unless I stick myself in the corner, but that's fine, I'll stick myself in the corner. Alright. Well, everybody, thank you so much. I am really emotionally kind of spent. I just want to make sure that I didn't. Oh, thank you so much, Wayne. Appreciate you guys, everybody that came, Melly for being a member, all of the love and support, all of my mods. You guys are all wonderful, and hopefully we are working on. Someone say I cried. What? Someone say I cried. Where did I see that? Yeah, I did. It's sad, and if anyone has seen my son around, I know he's kind of popped in here and there. He does look a lot like Seth, and so it hits different. And the fact that he's, just became a teenager is difficult. And it was something that honestly I didn't know if I was going to be able to handle. But at the same time, just because there are so many similarities. It doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve justice too, and that he doesn't deserve to be brought home. So all emotions aside, all comparisons aside, I get to spend time with him tonight, you know, and Seth doesn't. And so we're going to keep his name out there. We're going to look into it. We're going to see what we can do, and hopefully bring him some justice. So if anyone has any tips on Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, please call the FBI tip line. I will make sure that I get the link to the poster in the description for everybody. But thank you guys all for being here, and I appreciate you all. And I am in contact with Annie and Tommaso's neighbor, and he talked about maybe doing a live this weekend. So I will keep you all posted. I haven't even had time to check my ex today, so I got to see if he responded to me. But anyways, love you guys. Hug your babies super tight, and I think someone said that Dom C is on right now. So go check out Dom C, and I appreciate you all. Thank you guys. I love you.